Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. We back the blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, today we're doing part 2 of the Nomad camp knife, made by Work Tough Gear and designed by my guy, Zeke Menacho. His mama called him Hezekiah. We all call him Zeke, or Hooligan Zeke on Instagram. Now, Zeke knocked it out of the park on this one. I wished I'd have brought this up yesterday. I messaged him last night because I wasn't sure who designed it. I say, hey, brother, did you design this? And then felt like a dumbass because, yes, of course he did. He also designed the Nomad Field, the Nomad EDC, and he's got one coming up called the Proper Chopper, which I promise you I'm going to get my hands on if I got to break out the old ski mask in 38. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I'd like to do is just take a quick second before we get too far into this video and say, let me shout out a group on Facebook. It's the Work Tough Gear Adventure Team Group. Work Tough Gear, all one word, Adventure Team Group. Now, they're building a knife community on Facebook, and first thing people are going to say, Sky, I don't go on Facebook. For those of you that do, join us over there. I joined up yesterday. There are some fantastic folks. Anybody that's trying to build community and put together the community in the knife world, I support, and we need that now more than ever. Now, to the knife. Part 2. This is going to be kind of our woods edition. This is an all chopping edition. Yesterday, we did a lot of tests. Mainly, we wanted to test the edge. So we did a lot of tests yesterday. I'm going to put a link in the description below to part 1 of this review. And you can check that out. This part is going to harken back to some of our earlier videos, kind of old school choir boy stuff where we just bang, run around in the woods and have some fun. Now, let me say this to all my tree-hugging friends, and I love you dearly. God knows I do. This particular patch of woods, you'll probably see a couple shots in the background where they're already putting homes up. All this, by the end of this year or middle of next, is going to be gone. They're putting houses on it. So everything that you see me chop is going to come down anyway. I don't make a point of chopping down pines or oaks or things like that. Mainly, we just get on some of them old hackberry trees or hack trees, whatever the hell they're called. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. But it's wood that's just, it's tough, hard wood. It takes so long to dry out, it's not good for building or anything like that. So that's kind of what we focus on, just so y'all know. Plus, people cut down millions of acres every day in the Amazon. Let's focus on them and leave old Scab alone, shall we? Now, let me tell you a couple things about this knife if you hadn't checked out part 1. It's a 10-inch blade with a 9-inch cutting surface. It's a saber grind with a convex cutting edge. It's SK85. I'm a big fan of the high carbon steels. It's Rockwell's 56 to 58. The thing that I love the most about this knife, guys, is the handles. It is ergonomic, they're comfortable, there are no hot spots. Now, I want to show you again, look at that. That's not me. I told y'all yesterday, at best, I am a novice with this stuff. I'm a little better with the chopping. This handle was like it was made for my hand. I'll be 50 this year, and I do have bigger hands, but here's the thing, guys. Due to some just brilliant life choices, my hands are busted up. My guy Zeke took care of that with this handle design. I'll try to show you some as we go. The other thing is it's about a 5.25. It's better than a 5-inch handle, so you can have some different grips, different places. It's got 2 really, really nice choils on it. We did a lot of stabbing with it yesterday too. And again, no hot spots. What I wanted to show y'all here is just kind of out in the woods. The other thing I wanted to show you too is this. One of my favorite tests on testing any blade, regardless of what it is, but especially choppers or big knives, is where we take a limb, cut a limb, hold it up, and either shave it or chop it. I want to show the control, how easy is the knife to control, how easy is the knife to manage. This one, excellent, excellent, excellent. Matter of fact, we opened the video, we did a paper slicing test. I wanted to show you the sharpness of the knife. Now, after the testing yesterday, I stropped it up. That's the only thing that I've done to this edge. This is Work Tough Gear's edge. Phenomenal, phenomenal edge. Razor sharp. Stropped it up after I cut a tire yesterday, guys. If you hadn't checked out the video, cut a tire, cut rope, cut everything. Quick stropping last night, and we're back to hair popping sharp. Now, we spent a good bit of time in the woods today, and I know I'm showing you some of this stuff a little long, but the point of that is simply this. It's simply this. How comfortable is the handle? You can work with it. There's a good shot of the handle. I want to show you how deep this thing cuts. Perfect ergonomics, perfect. It's just a perfect chopper, and yes, I'll put it on par with my Preacher, which is my favorite knife of all time. Mentioning the Preacher, I have to mention its designer, Donnie B. All Day, my brother from another mother. Now, guys, listen. I'm marching towards 5,000 by June of next year. Donnie is trying to get to 10,000 this year. Go over, Donnie B. All Day, support him. Please do that. He's a big proponent of this channel. He's helped me out immensely, and he is an awesome dude. Not a bad knife reviewer or designer either. Donnie B. All Day, great dude. My guy Joe from Steel Forged and Fire, Sword and Knife, my partner on Blade Talk, another brother from another mother, is trying to get to 1,000. That's Joe, Steel Forged and Fire. Let's get over. Check him out, guys. Support him. Remember, too, let me mention it again. Work Tough Gear Adventure Team Group. I'm going to say it a couple times so that you guys will get over there and check them out. Now, watch these chops right here. Now, guys, listen. I'm holding this branch up, okay? We chopped it down. We're doing a little processing. I'm holding and chopping. That ain't easy. That shows what this blade can do. You say, Scab, how so? See all that bounce? The knife didn't bounce. It cut right into it. We're going to pull it down and try to get some good swings. I tried to do a little more close-ups on this video to let you see the bite that the blade gets. You don't get to look at my handsome face as much, and I know that's disappointing to many of you, but I just wanted to focus on the knife. Everything we're doing now, guys, we're trying to streamline the videos, get them a little better. Look at that, straight through it. Safety first as well, holding that thing out away from me. Now, this is the test. You'll see it a bunch in this video. This knife is super controllable. It's got a wide blade, a forward cant, and it's perfect for chopping, but it's very controllable. You're talking about over a 15-inch knife overall that you can control like a small knife. Perfect. And for every video we do, I think this is like 13 and a half minutes, something like that. I spent a couple hours out in the woods. I've enjoyed playing with it. My goal yesterday was to put together one solid video, some woods work, at the stump, cut the tire, that kind of thing. But the knife is just so enjoyable. Now, this is another part of the log that I'd cut down. This isn't a new one. This is just part of it. We're processing some of this stuff. Most of this wood that I use or cut down, I use for Fort Scab Tongaroga, which I check on daily to make sure no meth crafters have taken over or nothing like that. And we will be back there more this fall. One thing, guys, is this. I wanted to show y'all some different, y'all see all them vines, y'all see all of that. I wanted to show you the woods in Florida, northeast Florida, southeast Georgia, really a lot of the south. We get a lot of swampy woodland. You got to watch out for those old moccasins, that kind of thing. Be careful, guys, when you're out in the woods. But this high carbon steel, you also want to make sure when we get done, you wipe it off, you oil it down, you get it ready for the next use. I want to mention that because we are in Florida. It is hot as balls. Swamp ass is rampant. You just have to be careful. That's my disclaimer there. Now, Again, guys, some good, look, deep cuts, deep penetration. And again, no problem hacking through this stuff. There we go, Scab. Good job, son. There's a beautiful look at the knife. It's just a gorgeous blade, man. Gorgeous blade. The handles are G10. Very, very comfortable in swinging. Very comfortable in hand. Again, no hot spots. I can't say enough good about it, man. I mean, Zeke, really, truly, honestly, my brother, you crushed it, dude. Awesome design. The knife is very manageable. I won't call it light, but it's not heavy. Now, we're going to do just some straight up chopping right here. We're back at the stump. I wanted to show y'all. I showed you some cutting on some, 1.5, 2 inch type stuff. This one's a solid 4 inch. We're going to do 2 different cuts on it. As a matter of fact, I put one of these cuts on a little preview on Instagram. But again, in all of this chopping, no hot spots, really no fatigue. Just kind of letting the knife do the work there. Y'all see the bites. It's just taking monster bites out of this thing, man. I cannot say enough good about it. And again, I have no qualms, no problem telling you guys, hey, I'm a novice at this. I'm trying to get better at it. Everything this knife is doing, despite me, I promise you, or in spite of me. It's just a workhorse of a knife. I'm telling you, I'll put it right there with my preacher, which for me is super, super high praise. It's a knife I promise you I'd throw in my pack if I was going to do that thing, if I was stuck somewhere. Now, I do want to say this real quick. In talking to Zeke, he was good enough to message me back and send me some information. He likes his knives. He doesn't really have like one just do-it-all knife, but it has to handle a lot of functions. And I can tell you guys, there is a lot you can do with this knife. Again, check back to part 1. You'll see a lot of different things. I don't know that there's anything this knife can't do. And like I said, he actually said, brother, I usually take an axe or a folder and this knife, and that's all I take. So the knife has to be able to do a bunch of stuff. And after 2 videos of this, after almost 30 minutes of straight use, you can see that it does. Well, guys, listen, my boy Mikey, whom I love dearly, says it best. He said, Scab, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be okay. And Mikey's true. Mikey's true. Last time, guys, Work Tough Gear Adventure Team Group. Check them out on Facebook. I think you'll enjoy it. Great community. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son.